And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Goffstown Grizzlies home field here at the Grizzly Den, where you have your lovely ladies, the Goffstown Grizzlies, playing against the Kennett Eagles in quarterfinal action for Division II here in NHIAA playoffs. You have the number 3 seed Goffstown Grizzlies here playing against the number 6 seed Kennett Eagles. The teams matched up a couple weeks ago where the Kennett Eagles came out on top 12-9. Where the Goffstown Grizzlies had to travel all the way up to Kennett, that lovely 2-hour drive. And now the Kennett Eagles get to do that same drive down here for our first playoff action for Division II here. Actually, I apologize. We had preliminaries where Merrimack Valley beat Hollis Brookline. And now they drew the number 1 seed Timberlane, and they'll be playing as well today. So out on the draw circle here, we have Emma Dietzick and Mia Brissett. Mia Brissett taking the draws mostly for the Grizzlies for this year. Action starts off right away. Ball's on the ground. Ball's popped up. And a little contact there, no call. Squirts out, and that's a draw control for Mia Brissett. Nice job just adding to the seniors' totals. She is 4 away from her 300th draw control. And ball mishandled, thrown away, turnover there for the Grizzlies, out of bounds. Picked up right away by Black. Ball's on the ground. And we're going to apologize to everybody at home today. We have the beautiful sun here in our face, so it's going to be hard to see some numbers, maybe a little delay on the names. And any of the Kennett families watching at home, too. I do have your roster in front of me. I apologize if I butcher anybody's last name. It's not the intent. Number 4, we saw her last time. Letzi Zip she was the motorboat and spark plug for the team last time these two played, especially clearing the ball and getting the ball up and down the field. Kennett moved into the zone, trying to work on and set up their offense. Kennett moving the ball down through X. Looking up top. Last time they had a really good time with some ball control. A little bit of pressure here on White. Ball pushed out. Good pressure defense there by Ella Coletti. Black looking inside. Again, Emma Dietzick. Over to number 4, Letty Zip. Ball's on the ground. Grizzlies get the turnover. That's a ground ball for Gabby Millis. And turnover there again for Kennett. Kennett gets the ball off the deck, trying to go to cage. Pulls it back out, goes the ball through X. Good pressure here by White. Shot. And, hit the net. That's a goal. Goal by number 4, unassisted Letty Zip. Grizzlies had some good defense there, able to get the ball on the deck. They just couldn't get the ball in the possession. Black took advantage of being able to get it right back and went right to cage. And they find themselves on the board here first at 10-12 in the first quarter. Letty Zip. Again, we talked about her from last time these two teams played. She had a lot of touches on the ball, a lot of clears. Great motor the whole time up and down that field. You find her on the outside of the circle there, matched up against Sydney Lavoie. Ball straight up in the air. Contact there with the stick. And draw control win for Sydney Lavoie. Nice job. Let's see if White can move it into the zone here quickly. And good job protecting the ball there by Sydney. Ball pushed over to Mia Brissett. Down to Trinity Lund. Looks like the Grizzlies are going to set up in their set offense. Look inside real quick. Stella Enman. Nice shot. Goal. Page winners to Stella Enman. Grizzlies right away answer 24 seconds later. Page winners the senior over to Stella Enman. Nice job. Nice answer by the Goffstown Grizzlies. Not waiting for any time there on the clock. Evening it up here 1-1 with 9:48 left in the first quarter. All right, nice job by the Grizzlies, and then they find themselves back out in the draw circle. Mia Brissett had a really good game in the draw circle last time. Ball chopped down, and draw control win here for the Kennett Eagles. That's Myra Johnston. Ball put on the ground, and that's a sphere call. Pressure defense there by Thea Susi. Looks like the Grizzlies changed up a little bit on their plan here, coming out nice and hard, trying to make sure that Kennett gets all those passes off. Pressure defense down behind. Ball was loose. McKenna Fisher on the check. And ball picked up there by Letty Zip again. I have a feeling I'll be calling her name quite a bit. Kennett, nice job on the ground ball, retaining possession. Grizzlies coming out with good pressure on the defense, getting the ball on the deck. They just can't get it themselves. Too much extension there by Lily Connor. A little too much body contact, thus the foul. All right, some body contact there in between the 8 and the 12. So that's not an 8-meter shot, so she comes out to the 12. All they have to do is just clear a lane for her. Okay, Kennett holding onto the ball, trying to find that right opportunity to get into the zone. (22) Emma Dietzick. Stick up there by Emma. Here we go. Mia Brissett with a ground ball and a caused turnover. Nice job by the senior. Last week she had a similar play, went 100 yards coast to coast and dumped it right into the goal. Let's see if she can get down here again. Ball pushed up to Trinity Lund. Trinity Lund looking inside, pushes it through X. Mishandle there by White, and unfortunately a turnover there. Ball back to Black. Grizzlies got to make sure they cut down these turnovers. Possessions are going to be key this entire game, as they always are in playoff games. Ball pushed off the field, overthrow. All right, Ella Coletti with a ground ball. And gets the possession back for the Grizzlies. Let's see if they, last time Kennett did the same thing that you saw the Grizzlies doing. Came out with a very heavy pressure defense. Sydney Lavoie looking inside. Pressure coming out. Finds the open girl on the dash. Mia Brissett, goal. Sydney Lavoie to Mia Brissett. Okay. Sydney Lavoie to Mia Brissett. Nice job by Sydney finding that dash and cutter. Mia Brissett with the goal. All right, you find your Grizzlies up now 2-1 with 7:15 here in the first quarter. Good patience there by the Grizzlies, recognizing the pressure coming out and finding the open girl. So if you're watching on TV, both these teams actually run a similar zone defense where another girl will come up and pressure the ball, and then another girl is kind of waiting right behind her to be able to double team it, and then the girl farthest away is splitting two people. The goal there is to try to create as many turnovers as possible. Ball's out. And ball's on the ground. And draw control win there for Sydney Lavoie. Nice job in being able to get the ball up. Sydney Lavoie, natural lefty, pretty good speedster. Number 4 and number 0 racing each other down the field. Grizzlies getting the ball down through X. Paige Winters with the ball. And up to Ella Coletti. Now it looks like Grizzlies are going to try to settle in a little bit. And if anything was like last game, I don't see the Eagles giving them an opportunity to run any of their plays or get settled. Mia Brissett, senior captain with the ball. Pushes the ball over to Sydney Lavoie. So again, you've seen so far both teams coming out with heavy pressure defenses. And definitely ball pushed inside. Trinity Lund to Ella Coletti. Good collapsing defense there. Smart play by Ella Coletti, though, to pull it out and keep the ball. As we talked about, possessions are going to be key today. Nice look inside, though. See if the Grizzlies can break into that zone again. Ball down behind, push through X. Ball pushed out. Out to Trinity Lund. Trinity Lund trying to come over the top. Looking inside for any cutters. Sees Paige Winters. Shot just over the cage. Nice job. Good patience here by the Grizzlies, switching and changing zones. That way the defenders have to pick up somebody else and not be so comfortable in their regular assignment. Let's see if the Grizzlies can keep this type of pressure on for the game and then just cash in on them. So stack opportunity play here. Pushed out to Mia Brissett to Trinity Lund. Inside roll. Shot. Nice save there by the goalie. Tipped off the top of the stick. Chase down. That should be a white ball. Good chase down there by the Grizzlies, retaining possession off the shot. Trinity Lund just missing high. Grizzlies again with the ball. Good job here by the Grizzlies. Again, good patience. Trying to see if they can work the zone. Trinity Lund rolling that left side of the cage. Drawing a double team. Bring it back. So again, we just talked about here a minute ago. Trinity Lund inside. Sydney Lavoie. Shot. Oh, good save. Off the goalie. Sun in her face here. Couldn't even see that. So nice job, Trinity Lund in there to Sydney Lavoie. Just unfortunately they didn't cash in. Great patience by the Grizzlies, though. Let's see if they can get the ball back and then try to cash in. Find themselves up here still by 1. See if they can add the pressure defense that the Eagles were just giving them. Ball up top, number 5. That's Addie McAllister. Nice job here for the Grizzlies. Sticks are up, calling out their cutters. Adeline McAllister again with the ball. So no call there. A little bit of body contact. Good stick there. Nice job by Gabby Millis. Caused turnover by Gabby Millis and Mia Brissett with the ball. That was a little head contact. There's a double whistle. Stop the clock. All right, so we have head contact there. Then we have just drawn our first penalty of the game. All right, so this penalty comes at 3:30. Okay, penalties at 3:30 are out at 1:30. 1-3-0. All right, so now you'll find the Goffstown Grizzlies girl up. And Jenna Shannon with a clear. Pushes the ball down through X. So now the Grizzlies should be able to move the ball a little bit here. We'll see if Kennett's still coming out with the pressure. Trinity Lund inside. And nice job. Good ground ball there by Chloe Veery. Nice job by Chloe to keep the ball. Maeve Hammond with the ball here. Pushes the ball up. Trinity Lund right over Mia Brissett. Looks inside. Shot. Nice try by the Grizzlies. Good job moving the ball. All right, stop the clock. So the official is tending to the player. And it looks like it was just an injury time. No foul called. Looks like she said it was incidental. Okay, so there was a check to the body there, but not a yellow card, so no player coming out. So the Grizzlies still find themselves up by 1 person. And number 11 there, Myra Johnston, trying to get the ball with a clear. Maeve. And called for body contact, so no turnover there. Ball pushed over to number 5, Addie McAllister. She's trying to break in. So right now, if Kennett sees an opening, they're definitely going to try to take it. But being a girl down, they just want to try to kill this penalty. 30 seconds on the penalty. Kennett doing a good job here. They're just basically trying to play keep away. Goffstown can't come out to pressure the ball, see if they can try to cause a turnover. Ten seconds. 10 seconds on the penalty. It comes out at 1:30. 1-3-0, it's out. And penalty is released for Kennett. They killed off that penalty. Nice job there by the Eagles. And Letty Zip now sneaking in on that backside. Coming up, and that's going to be a trip call. That's going to be on 8 meter. All right, Letty Zip lining up for an 8-meter shot. And Yami Martinez lining up, seeing if she can hone in on this ball. Tucked and shot, goal. All right, Letty Zip unassisted. Letty had the first goal of the game too, so she's tied it up here for Kennett. Good action back and forth here. Good evenly matched teams here. So 53 seconds you'll find here left in the first quarter, and the Grizzlies are tied up here with the Eagles 2-2. All right, back out to the draw circle. Mia Brissett out there. Ball pushed up. And Letty Zip with the draw control win. Speedster's probably going to go right to the cage. Ground ball there by Jenna Shannon, but the cause turnover there by Fia Susi. Trinity up to Trinity Len, 38 seconds. Got to go to cage. She's got space, she's going to go. She has the space, she's going to go. 30 seconds in. Good collapse in defense there by the Eagles. Goffstown's going to hold on to it here for the last shot in the quarter. Good momentum swing if they can cash in. Sydney Lavoie, nice job taking that side. Looks inside. Nice catch there by Paige Winters, but good stick by the Kennett Eagles to be able to block that down before it even gets to the goal. And that concludes the first quarter. Good action up and down. We find your Goffstown Grizzlies here tied with the Kennett Eagles in playoff action here in Division II. All right, we're going to step away here for just a minute, and we will be right back. right, welcome back, everybody, to second quarter action here at the Grizzlies' home field, doubly known as the Grizzly Den, where we find Mia Brissett, our senior captain, back out on the draw circle. We're on a milestone watch for her. She is a couple draw wins away from her 300th draw control win. Nice draw control win there by Sydney Lavoie, knifing in. Little contact there. Ball pushed up to Paige Winters. Good handle, looks inside. Good chance there for Stella. Good job, though. Good collapsing D. Pulls it back in. And Grizzlies here going to settle into their offense. Good job being able to come in right away. Sydney Lavoie taking a little bit of body contact there, so they called that extension. So again, you see there here, there's like this rotating defense. So one goes out to pressure the ball. If they get by there, the next girl picks her up on the 12. Mia Brissett, shot, goal. Nice individual effort there by the senior. So as I was talking about the defense, that weakness that can come up is if you get by each layer of the defense, then there's nobody else to slide up to help. Individual goal there, unassisted, Mia Brissett, nice job. That puts the Grizzlies up 3-2, 11-10 here in the second quarter. Nice job here by the Grizzlies, getting back on top. A little bit of a breather as they get to walk back to the circle, catch their breath, and then Mia goes right back at it again. Ball pushed up, scored it out. Ella Coletti on the chase down. Can she get there? Ella Coletti, our ground ball vacuum leader on the team. Ground ball and draw control win there for Sydney Lavoie. Great job. Sydney getting us extra possessions here. Pushes the ball up. Finds Trinity Lund. Trinity Lund coming across the top. Finds Mia Brissett. Good patience here by the Grizzlies. Let's see if they can get back into their offensive set. Gabby Millis with the ball. Down to Paige Winters, looking to see if they can get the ball through X. Playing against the zone sometimes, being able to do top down or side to side and getting people through those zones. Ball down through X, Trinity Lund. Good cut there by Paige Winters. Shot, goal! Excellent job there. Ella Coletti to Paige Winters. Just as we had mentioned there, good patience cutting through the zone. Paige, nice job. Her defender was ball watching there, so she's a little flat foot and was able to get a step on her. Nice catch on the run. Puts it right by the goalie. Good two-goal run here for the Goffstown Grizzlies. That puts them up by 2. And I'm not sure if you heard that at home, but Ric Flair just showed up into the building. All right, Mia Brissett back out onto the draw circle. Sydney Lavoie picking up a lot of the draw controls here. Let's see if she can knife in there again with her speed. Ball squirted out. Mia tried to get that right to herself. And draw control there for number 11. That's Mira Johnston. Nice job for the Eagles trying to cut down some of this momentum here. Let's see if they can get into the offensive zone. Emma Dietzig with the ball. Trying to move the ball down into the zone. Good pressure defense there by the Grizzlies. Emma Bird, another one of our seniors. Good pressure, pushing the ball to force it down through X. Cutter's coming down. So similar to what you watch the Grizzlies do, the Grizzlies run a similar defense to what Kennett does. So they're going to understand how to break that zone and try to do the same thing. Work the corners and get that person right in the middle. Nice shot. Just missed the cage wide. And we have a crease violation on black on Kennett, so that's white ball. Yami Martinez with the ball. Oh, looks like she tried to get that up. Yami with a turnover right to them. And shot and goal. Not the person you want to have the ball there. That was Letty Zip again with her third goal. Hat trick already in the first half. Just an unfortunate turn of events there for the Grizzlies with the turnover. Put it right back into their hands. That's something, though, you just got to be able to shake off and keep moving forward. But, again, number 4, Letty Zip, already with the hat trick in the first half. All right, teams are back out to the draw circle. Kennett cutting the lead down to 1 with 9:10 left here in the second half and second quarter. Ball squirted out. Ella Coletti had a touch on it. Ella Coletti ground ball and a draw control. See if the Grizzlies can hold on to the ball here, get into the offensive zone. Ball pushed up. Mia Brissett with the ball. And get into a little bit of an offensive set here, give the middies a chance to breathe. Kennett's not going to, though. They're coming out and putting some pressure on already. Nice two-man game there. Sydney Lavoie with the ball. Gets over the top. Trinity Lunn in there scrapping. Lily Connor in there scrapping. We have for a call there. Official made a call. And she said a hold call on White, so that's black ball. Nice job. Turnover there by Paige Winters and a ground ball by Jenna Shannon. Paige Winters with the ball. Good, again, good pressure defense here by Kennett. Nice cut inside there. Lily Connor with the ball. White's going to have to keep moving off ball here. That's the best way to kind of grab the attention of some of these people in the zones. Trinity Lund trying to take that left side of the cage. Shot. Just missed up high. Knocked down, goggles off. Ball pushed up here by Kennett. Kennett trying to push the ball. Number 10 there, that's Sophia Fox. Looks up ahead. Emma Dietzick. Trying to see if she can get a lane to cage. Jenna Shannon all over her hands right there. A little bit too aggressive. They call body contact there, so that's a cross-body check. And that looks like it's inside the 8-meter range. So 8-meter shot here. Just missed the cage wide. Gives the Grizzlies a chance here now to set their defense up. Looking for backside cutters. Backside cutters again. Ball's on the ground. Number 5 with the ball. And a little bit of a shovel shot there. That was Adeline McAllister. Number 5, Adeline McAllister with a shovel shot. She just picked that up right out of that mess. Got it right by their goalie. That ties the game up here 4-4 with 6:54 left in the second quarter. Unlucky bounce there for the Grizzlies. So there's a lot of white jerseys around there. Mia Brissett out there for the draw control. Sydney Lavoie and Ella Coletti on the outside of the circle. Ella Coletti with the ground ball and the draw control. Nice job. Our wing players are feeling it there. I say wing players. Sorry, that's a boy term. Our circle players. Feeling it there, getting extra possessions here for the Grizzlies. A little bit of throw into traffic there and a turnover for the Grizzlies. Ball up there to number 24. That's Summer Lane. And okay, so push on black there. Gabby Millis with the ball. Pushed up to Paige Winters. They got some numbers. They have them spread out. Goffstown calling out a play. Paige Winters sees the lane. Got through some traffic. Good collapse in defense there again by the Eagles. You think you see a little bit of a low-scoring game here. You see a lot of good collapse in defense, good extra help on the defense. Sydney Lavoie with the ball. Seeing if she can find that next pass. Cutters through the middle. Some cutters there in the middle. Good patience there by Mia Brissett. Again, taking some A little bit of pressure here from Letty Zip. Nice try, nice job. Look inside there. Trinity Lund scrapping, pushes that back out there. Mia Brissett with the ground ball. Nice job by the Grizzlies to get that ball back. Paige Winters looking to see if she can take a lane. Drives the ball down through X, eyes are up. Inside cutter, finds Sydney Lavoie. Shot! Goal! Nice job. Paige Winters to Sydney Lavoie. Great job. That's how you move the ball, get it through X, and find the backside cutters. Exactly how you play lacrosse. Nice job. That puts your Grizzlies up here 5-4 with 5:07 left in the second quarter. Great job there by the Grizzlies, getting the ball off the deck, getting possessions, getting some extra offensive opportunities there. All right, ball back out to the circle for the draw. Number 11, that's Mira Johnston. And Mia Brissett back out there. Ball squirted up. Ball knocked down, and Letty Zip with the draw control win. Nice check there by Sydney Lavoie. Caused turnover by Sydney Lavoie. Ground ball by Ella Coletti. Sydney Lavoie after that goal feeling it. Let's see if she can take the lane. Speedy, natural lefty here. Lily Connor with the ball. Over to Trinity Lund. Nice job. Pushes the ball down to X. Over to Maeve Hammond. Little pressure here. White needs to come out and help her. Ball up to Sydney Lavoie. So again, you see that pressure and then the underneath defender just waiting for somebody to come down. Lily Connor. And they're going to call offensive there. So offensive charge there on the Grizzlies. So people think you can just kind of go in with a head of steam, but sometimes just almost like basketball, if a defender has some good position, you just can't plow into them. So that's why they called that for the defense on that particular play. Kennett moves the ball up there. That goes to number 5. That's Adeline McAllister. She's trying to find some entry to be able to get to that next level. Trinity Lund, pressure here, pressure ride. Trinity Lund, pressure ride, turns her back into the double. Nice job. Good job there by the Grizzlies, but just bounced right over there to Mira Johnston. She sees the lane. Cross body check there. Picked up right off the deck to go right away. Oh, and we have a trip. Trip call inside the 8. That's going to put Kennett on the 8-meter here. Good position here on the 8-meter too. Center hash gives you pretty much most of the goal to be able to look at. Amy Martinez digging her heels in, ready to go. Shot, goal. Nice bounce shot there by Mira Johnston. She ties it up here for the Kennett Eagles. It's 5-5. Good scrum here in the middle. White had a lot of bodies around the ball, just couldn't come up with it. Mira Johnston scored it down into the offensive zone. She saw a lane, took it, and was able to get herself that 8-meter opportunity. And she took full advantage of it, making sure that she could tie this game up for the Eagles. And then she finds herself back out on the draw circle. Admire a lot of these young ladies. It's a lot of endurance to do what they're doing. Draw control win there for Ella Coletti. Ella Coletti pushing the zone. Goffstown calling out one of their plays. Free cutter there on the inside. Sydney Lavoie, good patience here. And again, you see this defense where there's the pressure out front. Trinity Lund behind the cage, tries to press, looks inside, just misses Stella Edmond. Squirting up to that 30, who's going to get it? Sydney Lavoie with the ground ball. Good job, Sydney Lavoie, keeping possession. Over to Gabby Millis. 1:48 left here in the second quarter. Grizzlies seeing if they can try to get on top here going into the half. Next goal creates a lot of momentum for whoever's going in. Trinity Lund. Couldn't find an entry. Good double team there. Letty Zip, good defense, being able to make the Grizzlies push that ball back out. Paige Winters with the ball, seeing if she can find an entry. Paige Winters trying to cut underneath. Good. Trinity Lund with the ball. Looking inside, looking for cutters. Gotta move. Trinity Lund trying to take that right side. Contact. Draws the 8-meter. So she wasn't at the 8 meters. That's going to push her out to the 12. They do have to clear a lane for her. So usually in these instances, take a step forward, try to find a free cutter. Trinity Lund looks over to the right, finds Paige Winters. A little bit of a miscue there. There's 2 Goffstown Grizzly players there. I think they were just thinking the other person was going to get it. And just an overthrow and a turnover there. See if the Grizzlies can pressure here. And push call there. That should end the quarter. And there we go, halftime. Same way the game started. They were all tied up at 0-0. We find ourselves at 5-5. Good action back and forth, up and down. Great defense by both teams. And we're going to step away here for 10 minutes for halftime.
The Manchester Transit Authority strives to provide the best experience possible so that residents can feel comfortable while they ride with us. Before your scheduled ride, you will receive a reminder call the night prior, as well as 15 minutes prior to the bus arriving. Please be ready to board within 5 minutes from the time the bus arrives at your location. Your friendly driver will park the MTA branded vehicle as close to your door as possible, including in your driveway if able. All of our buses are comfortable and ADA accessible. If you need assistance, your driver will be happy to help you get from the door of your home up to and inside the vehicle. There is plenty of room for groceries on the bus. A small cart is allowed as long as it does not block the aisle. The Goffstown Shuttle is here to serve the needs of the Goffstown community. Give us a call today to schedule your first ride.
My name is Rebecca Biederman and I'm a PEG Access Technician. GTV is here to support the town in covering the things the town finds most important.
I like working with the residents that come in to do shows. It's cool to meet all the different types of people that want to come in and see the different sorts of shows that they want to make and work with them to make the shows look and feel the way that they want. The coolest thing to me is when somebody comes to me with an idea, they say, I want to do this, and I don't know how. And then I say, okay, let's figure it out together.
We've had podcasts, we've had cooking shows, we've had audiobooks, we've had all different sorts of shows. And anybody can come in and make whatever they want and learn the equipment as much or as little as they want.
Our job is just to make it possible for you to make what you want to make. We figure out how to take this idea and create something tangible from it that can communicate something to the community or bring the community together or express somebody's ideas or anything like that. I like learning, and I get to do that a lot here.
If you would like to learn more, email us at goffstowntv@goffstownnh.gov.
You're watching Grizzly Lacrosse.
All right, everybody, welcome back here from halftime, where you find your Goffstown Grizzlies tied with the Kennett Eagles 5-5 here in quarterfinal action for NHIAA Division II, where you have your number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed. Winner goes on to play Kennett at Memorial High School at either 4 or 6 o'clock on Saturday. Ball's back put into play. Kicked off the feet there. Squirted out. A lot of black jerseys. Nice job there. Paige Winters with the ground ball. That's a draw control for her, too. And we're going to have a little difficulty here broadcasting now. We have the lovely sunset in our face. So I apologize to everybody at home. We'll do our best to call out names and numbers here. Goffstown with the ball. Looks like that's Mia Brissett. She pushes it out to Sydney Lavoie. Goffstown keeping a little bit of wider spacing here and doing a stack play down there, more down on goal line extended. Paige Winters pushes that down to Ella Coletti. Sydney Lavoie looks inside. Good collapsing defense there by the Eagles. And ground ball there by Ella Coletti. Brings the ball through X. See if she can free her hands up. There's some cutters. Good pressure defense here again by the Eagles. That pressure just keeps it so that the feeder can't just sometimes see the cutter and or get their hands free to get that ball away. Good, again, good pressure defense here by the Eagles. So some of these cuts for White here just coming one at a time, and it lets the defenders just pick up who's coming. Need to be a little bit more crafty and sneakier, or set some picks backside for each other to try to free each other up. Ball pushed on the run there. Try to feed inside there. Mia Brissett, good job by the Eagles cutting that down. And cause turnover there by number 12 and a ground ball. Ball's on the ground. Sydney Lavoie with the ground ball. Cause turnover by Ella. Nice shot. Sydney Lavoie had some space there, tried to get that to the cage. Again, I apologize, the sun is right in our face. And ball went wide, backed up by the Grizzlies. Nice job, good pressure ride there by the Grizzlies. Pushed out to Trinity Lunn. Trinity Lunn eyes up here, seeing if she can find cutters. Pushed over to Mia Brissett. Second cut. Shot. Nice job by the Grizzlies moving the ball there. Trinity Lunn over to Mia Brissett. Mia Brissett, again, eyes up. Was able to find Stella Edmond for the dunk. Puts the Grizzlies up there. Mia Brissett to Stella Edmond. Yep, Mia Brissett to Stella Edmond. Nice job by the Grizzlies there. That's how you got to be able to break the zone. Flood the zone. If you noticed there, you had 2 players cut into that same zone. So it occupies that first person. And then you have a trail that comes in. Nice job by Stella Edmond there. That's her second goal of the day. Puts the Grizzlies up 6-5 with 9:28 here in the third quarter. Grizzlies back out on the draw here. Mia Brissett. And number 11, Sydney Lavoie, another draw control win. I believe that's her 5th of the day. Pushes that ball up to Paige Winters. And ball down to X. Push back up to Trinity Lunn. Trinity Lunn with the ball. Looks inside. No cutters there. Pushes the ball across to Sydney Lavoie. Just a mishandle. Can they keep it in? Good job by Ella Coletti. With the back up there. Trinity Lunn with the ball. Has some space. See if she can get by this first defender. Over to Ella Coletti. Good opportunity here, even though that's a double team there. Good for 2-man game. Cutter in the middle. See Sydney Lavoie. Shot. Oh, right. Good save by the goalie. Trinity Lunn looked inside to Sydney Lavoie. Find that open cutter. Nice save there by the goalie. Apologize, sun's there, can't see. Nice job, McKenna Fisher with the ground ball and the turnover. And the successful clear, keeping possession here for the Grizzlies, keeping some pressure on. Great job. Even though they lost the ball there, they got it right back. Nice job by the defense. Number 14 is their goalie there. That's Charlotte Jerome. Charlotte Jerome with the big stop just a moment ago. And the Grizzlies back into their set offense, seeing if they can find that open zone or cutters again. Pressure defense there by Macy Marcotte. Macy Marcotte. Trinity Lund with the ball, looking inside. Good pressure defense there by number 24. Summer Lane. Good patience here by the Grizzlies. 3-man kind of grouping up top. Trinity Lund a little bit of pressure here. She has some speed. She can get by that first person there. Ella Coletti right there to Trinity Lund. See if she takes a run. Trinity Lund gets by the first defender. Good stick there by number 7. That was Annabelle Rankin. Cut down that pass. Trinity Lund got the ground ball back. Inside to Paige Winters, just missed. Good back up there. Good ground ball by Ella Coletti. Nice job by the Grizzlies backing up these overthrows. Look inside. Just a little bit of an overthrow. Lily Connor kept that in play. Stella Emmon picks it up off the deck. Looks inside. A little bit of a quick stick action there by Sydney Lavoie. Just missed. Sydney Lavoie getting some good touches and some good opportunities putting on cage here. Again, great pressure defense here by Kennett. But if the Grizzlies can keep moving the ball around, they're going to start wearing them down because they're having to cover a lot of distance on these slides. That's what you want them to be able to do. Good look inside. Good stick defense there to slow down that shot by number 24. That was Summer Lane. Paige Winters couldn't get her hands free to get that shot off. And then nice save there by Charlotte Jerome. Good patient offense, though, there by the Grizzlies. Chewed up quite a bit of clock. Let's see if they can get a good ride and get the ball back here. Push call there on the Grizzlies. On Emma Diedzik. Here we go. Letty Zip, head of steam. Definitely that spark plug there for the Kennett Eagles. Anytime she has the ball, it's all eyes are on her. Kennett seeing if they're probably going to get into their offensive set here. See if they can catch their breath a little bit. They played a long series on defense there. Good stick there by McKenna Fisher. Letty Zip again. And no surprise, finding her name, being able to put it in there. Letty Zip again, unassisted. Ties the game up for the Kennett Eagles. Doesn't give the Grizzlies a chance to have a lead for very long. And we find the Grizzlies here tied with the Kennett Eagles. Good battle here again. Division II quarterfinal action, where the Kennett Eagles took the regular season game this year. Goffstown trying to see if they can answer here in the playoffs. Ball squirted out. And no surprise there, Letty Zip with her speed being able to get on that draw control. Getting another possession here, keeping some momentum for the Kennett Eagles. Emma Bird making contact, making it hard for the Eagles to get into the zone, and then they pull it back out to be able to set up their offense. Kennett trying to play that corner on the zone. So again, they play against this zone defense every day because they run the same one. They should understand how to be able to break that zone. If you've noticed so far too, they kind of circle in and get those cutters backside. So you see a lot of active backside cutting here. A lot of active cutters. Nice feed there by Letty Zip to number 24, Summer Lane. So you're seeing a lot of active backside cutting there. Grizzlies need to kind of pick up on some of those notes there and be able to do the same thing. That'll free up some of their cutters too. So we find the Grizzlies down here now. Down by 1 with 3:48 here in the third quarter, 7-6. Grizzlies find themselves down here, 3:48 in the quarter. Nieberset back out for the draw control. Squirts it forward. Letty Zip and Sydney Lavoie on the chase. And Letty Zip with the draw control win. Again, got to admire this young lady. All the goals that she's had so far today and just her motor and her drive. Kennett trying to push the ball, take advantage. Nice job there by Thea Susi. Almost with the cause turnover. Great check, though. Saw that stick hanging. And so great check. She just held it just a little too long. Letty Zip here with the ball. Kennett trying to see if they can play that zone again. So last time's good success on that corner. Good stick up there. Jenna Shannon with the cause turnover in the ground ball. Jenna Shannon with the cause. Trying to get a successful clear here. Good chase down by Kennett. Nice job there by Kennett to get some body contact. And bodies all over the floor. A lot of hustle play there. Good job by the referee here just to take a little bit of control and just reset everything so the players are in the right spot. Nice job there by Ella Coletti. Keep the body on the ball. Ball's on the ground here. A lot of white bodies around it. Lily Connor comes out with the ground ball. Nice job, Lily Connor. Gets the ball down to X. She's being chased down. Letty Zip again. Let's see. So black was called for an empty there. That'll be a white possession. Lily Connor starting off with it. Minute 57 here left in the third quarter. See if the Grizzlies have the opportunity here to be able to tie it up. Mia Brissett here with the ball. Good pressure defense. Gets into that second tier. Good collapsing defense there. Pick behind the cage. Ella Coletti with her eyes up, trying to see if she can find any cutters. Moving the ball. Cutters inside. Paige Winters looks down. Ella Coletti. Nice job. Paige Winters to Ella Coletti. Great patience there by the Grizzlies with 1 minute left here in the third quarter to get the tie game. Great patience, being able to get it across, flooding that zone from goal line extended, giving them the opportunity to get up on the board. Great job there by the Grizzlies. All right, back out on the draw circle here. Mia Brissett, ball squirts up, and contact there on the outside. No call. And we had a double whistle. Not sure of the call here. I apologize. No. It looked like the backside official made a call. So I apologize. I was on the lead official looking there and wasn't able to determine what her signal was. Either way, it's black ball. Timeout. Okay, ball was put onto the dot, and Kennett being able to come through X and looking for backside cutters. So they've been able to take advantage of that zone spot and then find somebody free on that backside, which is there again. Ball's just thrown to the middle. Nice job. Jenna Shannon, can she get it off the deck? And she does. Ground ball for Jenna Shannon. Can she get it? Nice job. Way to be able to get out of a triple team. And gets it over to McKenna Fisher. 7 seconds left here. They're just going to hold it. Go into the fourth quarter tie game here. All right, here we go. Tie again. Going into the fourth quarter. Quarterfinal action here. Winner moves on to Winnicott at either 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. on Saturday at Memorial Field in Manchester. All right, we're going to step away here for a minute, and we will be right back. All right, those are at home. Welcome back here to fourth quarter action of our NHIAA quarterfinals for Division II here, where you have your number 3 Goffstown Grizzlies versus the number 6 Kennett Eagles. And we are locked up here at 7-7. 12 minutes left here to play. Winner going on to Winnicott over at Memorial High School. Let's see how this plays out. Mia Brissett knocks it down. Draw control for Mia Brissett. Nice job, and we're on a watch there for her. She's got 3 more until her 300th. Mia Brissett brings the ball down. Good pressure there by Kennett. Nice opportunity here for the Grizzlies. See if they can break this tie here. Get up early here in the fourth quarter. Looks inside. Nice try there by Stella Ullman, almost being able to get the hat trick. She's been able to bust free on that end line a couple times. Just unable to just stuff that past the goalie. That would have been her third of the day. She's been making a living off that part of the goal there. Nice job by her today. Lily Connor with the ball. Pushes up to Trinity Lunn. Good patience here by the Grizzlies. Same at play. Stella, they collapsed on it this time. Good job by Kennett recognizing it this time. Trinity Lunn cut through the middle. Again, this pressure defense doesn't give the feeder a chance to see any open cutters. That's the benefit to this pressure defense. Because again, if you're watching this here on TV, you can see that second player just waiting right on the 8. So White's got to be able to move backside. Ball pushed inside to Paige Winters. Can she get a lane? Pretty strong shot. Comes back left. Shot. Just misses the cage. Backed up by White. Mia Brissett right off the line. Shot. Trinity Lunn keeps it from going out of bounds. A little bit of contact there. Oh, that's off Black. That was off Black. All right, Black. It looked like Black touched that last number 24 before it went out of bounds, but they called it black ball. And Jenna Shannon. And Jenna Shannon coming in, try to intercept that. And I'm going to say there looked like a little bit of a miscue there. It looked like they pointed down the field for Black, but they gave it to White. As the hometown announcer, I'm not going to complain about that. All right, Paige Winters up top with the ball. Again, contact with the extension. Good D there. And no call there. They let that play out. Looks like the officials are going to let him play here. Number 5 there. That's Adeline McAllister. Good head of steam here. She just covered 40 yards there pretty quickly. Be curious in that 40-yard time. And Kennett now seeing if they can take advantage of the opportunity with a couple minutes already off the clock, seeing if they can put themselves ahead here in the fourth quarter. Put a little pressure here on the Grizzlies. Letty Zip, star for Kennett of the day so far. See if we can keep the ball out of her hands. Good drive there by number 11, taking advantage of that little gap there in the zone. Myra Johnston unassisted right down the middle. And we have a timeout call here by the Grizzlies as they find themselves down here now in the fourth quarter with 8:31 left to go. Kennett's going to want to try to make sure they get some ball control, try to do the best they can to kill some clock and take advantage of the best opportunities they can. So we're going to step away here for just a minute, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, from that timeout call there for the Grizzlies. After the goal, Kennett is Mia Brissett there with the draw control. Nice job. And she's 2 away from her 300th. Way to get possession here for the Grizzlies. Ball down to Stella Enman. Back up to Paige Winters. Again, pressure defense there. Kennett shouldn't change a thing. They've been able to push and be able to try to cause some turnovers. What that's done is it's kind of put the white player on their heels instead of moving forward where they can keep their eyes up. Good look over there to Trinity Lunn. Trinity Lunn being able to keep that ball down to the side. Over to Paige Winters. A little bit of a mishandle up high by the head. Can they get it back? Nice job there by Summer Lane again. Again, I've been calling her name recently here down on defense. Nice job for the Kennett Eagles. Nice ground ball there. Trinity Lunn trying to pressure the ball. Couldn't get the player to turn. Good stick there by Stella Enman. Just squirted back by Gabby Millis. Couldn't pick that up there. Emma Dietzick on the ball, being able to pick that up and get into the offensive set. Now X side on X, looking for cutters. Good opportunity here for Kennett to try to create some distance here in the fourth quarter. Can the Grizzlies answer and get the ball back? Letty Zip with the ball over to Summer Lane. And number 5 there, that's Adeline McAllister. Nice stick, good D there by Ella Coletti. Ella Coletti with the cause turnover and a ground ball. See if she can get the ball out of there. Over to Jenna Shannon, nice job, nice fake. Pushes the ball out to the other side, over to McKenna Fisher. See if White can help her out. We got some speed there by Black, chasing her down. And White called for an offensive charge there. So ball's found its way to Letty Zipfarag here again, seeing if she can get it clear. Letty Zip with the ball. Again, she's going to draw a lot of attention with her speed and ability to handle the ball there. Nice job and redirect by Black, being able to get it to the other side of the field. That's over to Myra Johnston. Successful clear there for the Kennett Eagles. Find themselves still up by 1 with 5:20 left to go in the game. Good stick there. Gabby Millis again cuts down that pass. The Grizzlies again just can't get it off the deck. Mira Johnson trying to drive inside. They're going to try to drive at this point, see if they can grab an 8-meter call or a shooting space or a 3-second call. That way it gets them a chance to kind of see if they can get that. Good job, Ella Coletti. Again, good defense by the Grizzlies. Getting their stick up, driving into the cage. Nice job driving through the lane there, Mira, but holding on to the ball for possession. Good inside roll. And Kennett pushes the ball back up top. Already taking a minute and a half here off the clock. Good stick there. Jenna Shannon with the cause turnover and the ground ball. See if they can push it up. Grizzlies have to get ahead of the ball. They do good in transition if they can stay with it. This is their opportunity here. Odd man. Over to Trinity Lunn. And Kennett gets a chance to settle back into their defense down to Stella Enman. Coach trying to call out a play here. Paige Winters with the ball. Oh, stop the clock. Okay, that's number 2 for her. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, that's at 3:47. 1:47, they're out. 1:47. Okay. Coach, that's her second. She's all done. Okay. Shot, goal, Ella Coletti. I didn't see who passed, though. I apologize. I was telling the referee. I apologize to you, those at home. I was helping the referees with the foul call. You wrote down, so they're coming out at 1:47, correct? Okay. Who threw her the ball? Guys, I was helping with the referee. Who threw the ball to her? Did you see? Ryan, did you see what number threw her the ball? Did you see what number threw her the ball? All right, nice job there by the Grizzlies taking advantage of the girl up. So again, they got a girl up until 1:47, tied the game. They should take advantage of this here. Letty Zip, I hate to say it, unfortunately, is done for the game. She is their spark plug. So when a player gets 2 yellow cards, that means, unfortunately, they are done for the game. Redraw was called. Pushed out. Mia Brissett with the draw control. She's down to 1. See if they can look inside here. Back to Ella Coletti. Over to Paige Winters. Good job dashing inside. Shot. Nice save. Unbelievable save there by number 14, Charlotte Jerome. Good check there. Cause turnover by Trinity Lund. Thea Susi on the ground ball. Way to hustle back there. They are a girl up. Thea Susi behind. Nice job there by the defender being able to get it. Trinity Lund tried to push that inside to Ella Coletti. Saw an opportunity there. Just a little bit of an overthrow. Let's see if Kennett can take advantage of all the white players back behind the play. Who can get it? 3 black players around it. Jenna Shannon getting into the mix. Paige Winter scoots it out, and Summer Lane with the ball. Nice job there by Kennett sticking with that. Ella Coletti with the ground ball. 2 minutes left. And white timeout called with 2:07 left here in the game. Okay, we're going to step away here for just a moment, and we will be right back. Sorry about that. All right. Ball redirected to the opposite side of the field, up to Thea Susi. And great speed there. Great hustle play by Kennett on number 9, Lucille Dingman. She hit the brakes there. And Goffstown bringing the ball into zone. And 1:47 to mark. That means we're back even. Trinity Lund with the ball. A little bit of pressure. Pushes the ball over to Mia Brissett. Good pressure here again by Kennett because they're going to try to get the ball back now that it's all evened up. 1:28 here left in the game. Grab your popcorn, everybody at home. This is going to be a little bit of drama here at the end. Mia Brissett. Mia Brissett taking it in. Looks inside. Finds Sydney Lavoie. Shot. Goal. Nice job. Mia Brissett breaking the zone, getting by that first defender. Finding Sydney Lavoie on the cut. Puts the Grizzlies up here with 1:13 left in the game. 9-8. Great cut there by Sydney Lavoie. Able to handle the low pass there. Being able to get that right on their hands. Mia Brissett, nice job. She is one away from her 300th draw control. See if the Grizzlies can make a little magic here, not only for the senior, but walking away with a quarterfinal win. They need the ball. They got to shut this game down. Mia Brissett, can she get it? Ball's on the ground. And ball squirted out, pushed out there towards number 11. That's Myra Johnston. Myra Johnston finds an open player. And they're going to push the cage. Try to John dump, 57 second. Thea Susi with the play here, cause turnover. Nice job with the ground ball, see if she can hold on to it. No call there, good back check, way to trail check there. Kennett is not giving up on here, 45 seconds left. Can they find anybody inside? Little pressure defense, good stick there by Ella Coletti. Nice job, cause turnover. Can she hold on to it? Can she play keep away for 30 seconds here? Grizzlies got to help her out. All they got to do is play keep away. They walk out of here. 20 seconds. McKenna Fisher with the ball. Can White help her out for 16 seconds? McKenna Fisher bringing the ball down the field, trying to be able to kill the clock. Swipe there. McKenna Fisher, 8 seconds. 7. Not going to be able to bring the ball down the field even if it's turned over. 2, 1. That is the ball game. Couldn't ask for any better drama than that in a quarterfinal game. Unbelievable game. Game winner there to Sydney Lavoie. Senior Mia Brissett being able to get that to her. The only icing on the cake here, we just have Mia Brissett and at 1 draw left for her 300th career draw. But she's going to have a shot at it as the Goffstown Grizzlies move on into the semifinals against Winnacunnet, and we will find out the game time on Saturday. That's been confirmed. All right, 4 o'clock. All right, so for those of you watching at home, you Grizzlies have the first game up at 4 o'clock against Winnacunnet. All right, thank you everybody for joining in this evening. Again, NHIAA quarterfinal Division II action where your Goffstown Grizzlies, the 3 seed, come out on top here just in the 4th quarter over the Kennett Eagles. All right, thank you everybody. Have a good night.